Okay. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Very good. Sisi, every day respond out very good. So today we are going to discuss about the T1 digital carrier system. Very important topic for short question, that is 4 marks or 5 marks, whatever it may be. Most times it will be asked, it was asked many times. T1 digital carrier system. So first of all, what is meant by digital carrier system? What is meant by digital carrier system? Okay. So what is the use of the digital carrier system? How it will works? How this particular digital carrier system is works? We will discuss now. Okay. So the T1 digital carrier system is, it is just like a communication system only. It is just like a communication system. That means communication system means, all of you know, it is used to transmit the information from transmitter to receiver, either connection oriented or connectionless, whatever it may be. All of you audible? Say yes or no. Are you audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. So a digital carrier system is just like a communication system, but in a T1 digital carrier system, for the purpose of communicating the information between the two places, it uses digital pulses rather than analog signals for the purpose of encoding the information. Note down, very important. What is the use of the T1 digital carrier system? Means it is used to encode the information. To encode the information. Once again, I am telling you, the T1 digital carrier system is a T1 digital carrier system is just like a communication system, just like a communication system. That communication system is uses the digital pulses rather than uses of the analog signals, rather than uses of the analog signal for encoding the information, for the purpose of encoding the information. Okay, so that is represented as the T1 digital carrier system. See here, this is frame format of a T1 digital carrier system. Frame means, already I told you, the structural representation of the image is called as frame. The structural representation of image is called as frame. Okay. So here, already I told you, in ETDM, we are taking 32 time slots, that is 0 to 31. Each time slot contains 8 bits, and we are considering as a one channel, etc. etc. Similarly, here uses of the pulse is digital pulses in the form of ones and zeros. Each contains 8 bits, that is 1 byte. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. Okay, this is and so on. Okay, so it consisting, each time slot consisting of 8 bits. So likewise, how many time slots we are considering? Okay, here in T1 digital carrier system, it is possible to take only 24 time slots. 24 time slots. Okay, Now this is time slot 1, this is time slot 2, this is time slot 3, and so on, time slot 24. But the entire frame, this is from this point to this point, will be represented as one frame. This entire frame, which is having the length is 125 microseconds. 125 microseconds. Okay. Here, one frame equal to, this is 193 bits. 193 bits. That means 24 into 8, and here it is, we have 1, we'll get 193 bits, but actually for one frame it consisting of 192 data pulse for one framing only. 192 data pulses. Okay, so here from this point to this point we have only the 192 bits. That means 24 into 8, we get 192. So plus we can add one more bit 1, that is 193. Total are 193. Here this will be represented as 192. Okay. So here what it will do is, here we are considering as this is a bit. This is the additional bit in the complete frame. Okay. So this additional bit, which is called as framing bit, it is called as a framing bit. That framing bit is added to each frame. Okay, this is entire is represented as frame. This part is only the time slot, this part is only the time slot, but from this point to this point it is represented as a frame. Okay, each frame contains one additional bit. Okay, so this is the additional bit for this particular frame. This is the additional bit for this particular frame, so that an additional bit, which is called as the framing bit, which is added to the each frame. Okay, so the framing bit occur once per frame, and it is recovered at the receiver here at the end of the system, and its main purpose is to maintain frame, that is, this is the frame, and sample synchronization in the frame between the time division multiplexer transmitter and the receiver, because here we can divide it the time, that is a time slots. How many time slots in T1 digital carrier system? 24 time slots. 24 time slots. Okay, so this is the initial of the T1 digital carrier system. Okay, now see, this is the actual diagram for the T1 digital carrier system. T1 digital carrier system. Okay, so which was developed by the Bell Systems. The company name, it is called as a Bell. The company name here, it will be called as a Bell. Okay, here this figure shows, that is, this figure shows a block diagram for the Bell system, which is used to implement T1 digital carrier system, which is used to implement T1 digital carrier system, which is a North American telephone standard, and which is recognized by ITUT. ITUT stands for, already I told you, International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication Sector. Once again, I am telling you, ITUT, International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication Sector. Telecommunication Sector. Okay, so which is recommended by the version is G.733. G.733. Okay, so here what we will do is, okay, so already we are discussed, we are considering as a 24 channels in the previous diagram. So these are the 24 channels. This is represented as channel 1. So and so on. This is represented as a channel 24. Channel 24. Between these two channel 24s are there. Between these two channel 24s are there. That is each bit, each section will consisting of the 24. This is channel 1 analog input. This is channel 24 analog input. Totally we have 24 analog inputs. This is anti-aliasing filter. This is also a anti-aliasing filter. Okay. This is sample and hold circuit. This is also a sample and hold circuit. This is analog to digital converter. This is also a analog to digital converter. Then it will givens to buffer at channel 1. Likewise, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, and so on. Channel 24, which is given to this one. Okay. Now, here in the a T1 digital carrier system, in the T1 digital carrier system, we use a time division multiplexing PCM encoding channels or encoded samples from the 24 voice band channels for transmission over a single metallic wire. Okay, already we know that 24 channels. Here we are considering as a 24 channels. Okay, here the transmission over a single metallic wire or optical fiber transmission line. Okay, here what we will do is, in this case, okay, here each voice band channel, that is either channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, whatever it may be. Okay, each voice band channel has a bandwidth of approximately voice band frequency range. Because here we are transmitting the signal is voice signal. Here we are transmitting the signal is voice signal. So the voice signal frequency is 300 hertz to 3000 hertz. Okay, that is 0.3K to 3 kilohertz. That's why simply it will be represented as 300 hertz to 3000 hertz. 3000 hertz. Okay. So again, what it will do is, here this particular multiplexer is simply a digital switch. It is simply a digital switch, which is having 24 independent channels, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and so on. 24 independent channels. Here 24 independent channels is nothing but 24 inputs. 24 inputs. Okay, so that is here already shown. This is channel 1, this is channel 24. Okay, 24 inputs. Okay, here in the 24 independent inputs and one time division multiplex output will be appears. One time division multiplex output will be appears. So whenever one time division multiplex will be appears, the PCM output signal, that is the pulse code modulation output signal from, that is from the 24 voice band channels are sequentially selected, that is one after another, sequentially selected and connected through a multiplexing to the transmission line. Sequentially selected, this is a transmission line, and which are sequentially connected to this particular multiplexer through this particular multiplexer. Through this particular multiplexer, so that what we will do is, So that what we will do is here in the T1 digital carrier system, we have time division 24 channels, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and so on, channel 24. Here also channel 1, channel 2, and so on, channel 23 and channel 24. Okay. Here, these 24 voice channels, remember why I am considering voice channel means here we are using as the frequency band is 300 hertz to 3000 hertz, 300 hertz to 3000 hertz. So that here the 24 voice channels does not itself constitute a T1 carrier system, T1 carrier system, but in this case, in the T1 digital carrier system, the output of the multiplier, is simply multiplexed first level digital signal, that is DS level 1, that is digital signal level 1. Okay, so in the digital signal level 1, each channel contains 8 bits. Already I tell you. Okay, each channel contains 8 bits. The total 24 channel contains 192. The total 24 channels contains 192 bits. In 192 bits, one additional bit we have at the initial stage of this particular frame. So totally 193 bits with the length of this particular frame, that is already told you. This is the length of the particular frame. In this length of the particular frame, it is having the time is 125 microseconds. Each time slot consisting of 8 bits. This is time slot 1. This is time slot 2. This is time slot 3, and so on. Time slot 24. Why we are considering only the 24 channels? The T1 digital carrier system, which is having the capability only 24 voice band channels only, so that each channel contains 8 bits. Each channel contains 8 bits with the length of the frame is 125 microseconds. The length of the frame is 125 microseconds. Okay, so this 125 microseconds is represented as a frame. The frame is represented as the structural representation of the image. The structural representation of the image. Okay, so what is meant by image? Already you know that in the digital image processing, the image is a two-dimensional light intensity function, that is f of x comma y, where x comma y are the spatial coordinates and the value of f at any point x comma y is proportional to brightness of the image. Okay, so that here we have each time slot contains 8 bits, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here also 8 bits, here also 8 bits, and so on. Here we have the 8 bits with the addition of the frame, which will be considering as a 1 bit. Okay, so that an additional bit in this particular frame, which is called as a framing bit. Okay, so what is the basic need of the T1 digital carrier system? The T1 digital carrier system, which is usually encode the information, but basically for encoding the information in the previously the communication system, it is used as analog signals, but in case of the T1 digital carrier system, it uses the digital pulses rather than the analog pulses, rather than the analog signals. Okay, that is represented as the T1 digital carrier system. Okay, so here in the T1 digital carrier system, we are using as a time division multiplex pulse code modulation. Here we have totally 24 voice band channels with the frequency ranges. Each channel contains the frequency range is same as the voice frequency, that is 300 hertz to 3000 hertz. Okay, so this is channel 1, channel 2, and so on, channel 23 and channel 24. The information will be propagates like this. The particular information will be propagates like this. Then it is a pulse code modulation, that is PCM. Then it will passes through channel 1, channel 2, channel 3 and so on up to channel 24. So finally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-bit data it will be generated. This is MSB bit. This is the LSB bit. That is MSB bit, and this is represented as a LSB bit. Okay. So that is represented as the 24-bit T1 digital carrier system. T1 digital carrier system. Okay. So that is the T1 digital carrier system. In T1 digital carrier system, 24 voice channels are sampled, similarly quantized and encoded into a pulse code modulation signal. Okay. So that is represented as a T1 digital carrier system. Okay. So finally, in T1 digital carrier system, each channel contains an 8-bit, already I told you. Okay. That is 8-bit PCM code, and it is sampled at 8,000 times per second. Each is sampled, that is 8,000 times per second. Okay. But not at the same time. Okay. So that is represented as the T1 digital carrier system. Okay. So the next one is represented as, that is the digital line encoding. Okay. So in the T1 digital carrier system, the system which is used to encode the information by uses of the digital pulses rather than analog signals. Okay. See here, this is digital line encoding. Okay. Here we have CO, that is missing, type missing, encoding. In the digital line encoding, what it will do is converting the standard logic levels. Convert the standard logic levels. What are the standard logic levels? Means such as TTL. TTL stands for transistor logic, and CMOS. Okay, that is complementary metal oxide semiconductor, to a form more suitable telephone line transmission with 6 primary factors available. Okay. So here there is no need of more explanation for digital line encoding. What are the 6 factors we have? We must know, then leave it. Okay. So in the digital line encoding system, what it will do is, okay, so in the case of the digital line encoding system, wait 1 minute. Okay. So in the digital encoding system, the primary factors are such as, first one is transmission voltages and its DC components. Transmission voltages and its DC component. The next one is duty cycle. The next one is represented as a duty cycle. Okay. The third one is bandwidth consideration. The next one is clock and framing recovery. The next one is error detection, then easy of detection and decoding. These are the digital line encoding. Okay. How the information which is encoded by using a T1 digital carrier system, whenever we are using a digital process rather than the analog signal means by taking 6 factors with the standard logic levels. Those 6 factors are transmission, voltage, and DC component, transmission, voltage, and DC component. The next one is duty cycle. The next one is a duty cycle. The next one is bandwidth consideration. The next one is the bandwidth consideration. The next one is clock and framing recovery. Clock and framing recovery. The next one is error detection. The next one is easy of detection and decoding. Easy of detection and decoding. Okay. So that is the digital line encoding. Digital line encoding. Okay. So next we will see a simple topic and very, very important topic for 4 marks. That is sonnet. That is a sonnet. Read out. What is the full form of sonnet? Read out anyone? Very good. Synchronous optical network. Okay. Very simple topic and very, very important for 4 marks. Okay. Synchronous optical network. Synchronous optical network. See, sonnet is basically a multiplexing system. Remember, sonnet is simply a multiplexing system. Okay. Here, the sonnet was developed. The sonnet was developed to be used with 4 optical fibers. Optical fiber cable, which is made up of core and cladding material. Core and cladding material. It is used with optical fiber. So I saw that briefly. I will tell you, then I will explain by using the PPT. Okay. Here, what we will do is in the sonnet, the standard, the initial standard of the sonnet is verse 1. The initial standard of sonnet is verse 1. This sonnet 1 level is referred as synchronous transport level 1. That is STS1. I will show STS1. This STS1 has speed is 51.84 megabits per second with synchronous frame structure, and which is comprised of 28 digital signal 1 signals, DS1 signals. DS1 signals. Each DS1 signal consisting of equivalent to a single 24 digital carrier system. Single 24 digital carrier system. So that what we will do in the sonnet network is the STS1, that is synchronous transport system 1, can carry, or it is have the capability to carry 672 individual 64 kilobits per second signals. Okay, how many number of signals are transmitted? 672 with a speed of 64 kilobits per second voice or a data channels. Voice or data channels. Let us consider the STS1. It is possible to extract or add a individual DS1 signals without completely disassembling the entire frame. Disassembling the entire frame. Okay. So here one more optical communication number, which is represented as OC48. OC48. This OC48 is the second level of synchronous optical network. The second level of sonnet multiplexing. Okay. So that it combines the 48 OC1 systems for a total channel capacity of 32,256 OC48 has a transmission bitrate of 2.4 gigabits per second. 2.4 gigabits per second. Okay. So with 16 different wavelengths with an OC48 system attached to the each transmitter for combined capacity of some particular value. Combined capacity of some particular value. Totally, the synchronous optical network system which is used to communicate the voice channels. Okay, see here, this is the synchronous optical network system. The synchronous optical network system. This synchronous optical network system, which is used as a one of the network layer, that is a transport network. This transport network which is used to convey the information from lower level to higher level, which is used to encode the information from the lower level to higher level. Okay, so in the lower level to higher level information, what it will do is which requires the network is wide area network. It requires the network is wide area network, so that in the SONET a wide area network that is used as a transport network to carry loads from other wide area networks, Okay, then coming to the synchronous network, which in for the synchronous network which is used as ITUT. I already explain you. ITUT stands for International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication Sector. International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication Sector. Okay, that is ITUT standard. ITUT standards. Okay, International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication Sector. Okay, the architecture of the SONET, which is consisting of signals, devices, and connections, I will show. Okay, so SONET architecture signals are synchronous transport signals, STS. Already told you, STS1, STS2, etc. The next one is optical carriers. That is OC1, and OC48, OC1 and OC48. Okay, then the synchronous transport module, that is STM. Okay, so that in the SONET device, what it will do is STS mux multiplexer as well as the demultiplexers, and the connections are sections, lines, and paths, which is used to propagate the information between the transmitter to receiver. Okay, so this is the SONET signals: STS1, STS3, 9, and so on, STS192. Okay, signal transport, synchronous transport, or signal transport synchronization, that is OC optical cable, OC1, OC3, OC9, 12, 18, and so on up to 192. Okay, then 51.840, then 155, 466, and 60. These are the corresponding values. Okay, so then STM is 1 to 64 only. Okay, so such chudandi values. All of you see these values. This is STS1, OC, and so on. Okay, so coming to this, the SONET devices. What type of SONET devices were used. The first one is ADM. Okay, that is add a drop multiplexer. Add a drop multiplexer here. Okay, the section one is STS MUX. Okay, that is synchronous transport signal multiplexer. Synchronous transport signal multiplexer. Okay, the next one is STS DMUX. Synchronous transport signal demultiplexer. Signal demultiplexer. Okay, this is T. Ma cut అయిపోతే మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. This is T. This is T. This is STS MUX. Here we are considering as STS DMUX. Okay, so first initially we are considering as a MUX. At the end of the diagram, end of the system, we are considering as a DMUX. How many number of the transmitters were connected here? The same number of devices also were connected here. Okay, now